Well, I normally would start by saying happy Friday to all of you, but minutes before we're about to go live, I'm sure you've seen on social media, Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away. RBG, if you know anything about her remarkable career, um, even before she was a Supreme Court justice, uh, you know, she she was an incredible, just had an incredible career. I'm kind of at a loss for words right now. It's so fresh. This sort of, I mean, all this just happened. We're just about to do this watch party on a Friday, and this sad news hits us. So I'm gonna pour one out for RBG, but I'm gonna pour it into my mouth, I guess. I'm sure someone will complain about this. It's just I'm not one that's really prepared for sad news like this, but. You're going to join a fun group of people here, and we are going to watch DJ Hound Dog with indie film legend John Jacobs and a whole host of other people. But I would not. I'm sure you're feeling what I'm feeling, which is when anyone like that passes away, you just you don't know how to feel. So. What a year, 2020, huh? What a year this is. It's kind of crazy. All right, let's get this watch party started. Welcome to the DJ Hound Dog watch party. I hope you are having a good Friday in spite of 2020. What is up? What is up with 2020? 2020, you're so crazy. This film, DJ Hound Dog, I'm very happy to tell you, is available on Amazon Prime. So if you are a Prime member, and what's so funny, the funny thing about Amazon Prime, most people don't even know that they have Amazon Prime. I do, and I regularly watch movies on Amazon Prime, and here it is, DJ Hound Dog. You can see it. I've got it queued up. It's ready to go. All I got to do is press play. You can do the same thing. So I recommend that all of you right now, including the people that are going to be on the show, get DJ Hound Dog queued up somewhere on your TV, in the background, on your iPad, like I have it right here. Get it ready to watch. We are going to press play together in about 15 minutes here. I do also want to put in a plug. If you watch the Films Rep podcast, which is daily, actually, Monday through Friday. We do a daily interviews with filmmakers that have independent films coming out. We did an interview actually earlier this week with John Jacobs. That's on the Film Threat YouTube channel. You can check it out. But movie theaters need to reopen. They need to reopen because I don't know. Is the spread slowed now? I'm not sure what's up with the spread. I know we had 15 days to slow the spread. Then we did 15 days. Then it turned into 30 days. And then it turned into we're still slowing the spread. But in any case, some movie theaters have opened, and that's good news. And we're still waiting for movie theaters to open in Los Angeles. But I just want to do a little plug for my buddy Christian Mayoli. His company, Arena Cine Lounge, has this amazing popcorn. And I recommend that you go to just look up arenascreen.com, go to Arena Cine Lounge, pick up some of these bags of popcorn. They are pre-sealed. This is actually my favorite flavor. This is rosemary salted caramel. Also, I'm not getting any money for this. This is just me saying I want to support local movie theaters. And Arena Cine Lounge on Sunset Boulevard in Los Angeles it's a favorite theater of mine that, I don't know, I still can't get my internet fixed here. But it's a favorite theater of mine, and I recommend that you pick up a case of their popcorn, and then when you go to the movies, whether it's the drive-in or the movie theater, you can just like carry a bag in with you. It's pre-sealed, untouched by human hands. And for those that maybe someone can tell me exactly what this is. Does anyone know what this is in the background? Anybody? Post something in the comments. And speaking of comments, we will be reading your comments throughout the watch party when we start watching the film in 10 minutes or so. And I'm going to depend on my amazing guests to offer commentary as we watch the film. I do recommend an adult beverage and you might even want to have it in a mug. I don't know. We had, I always like to say our Film Threat t-shirts, they cure nudity on contact. So support Film Threat. Go to shop.filmthreat.com. I'm getting all these plugs out at the beginning, so I don't have to do them during the watch party. Post a comment. I will put your comments up, and we can answer any of your questions that you post and whatnot. So let's bring everyone on. First of all, let me bring on a friend of mine, William Wayne.
Oh,
how are you, William?
Right. Good. Thank you.
Good to see you. He is an Award This winner at Award This for his film Los Angeles. It's Lost Angeles.
That's right.
And William's also just a good friend of John's and is here to support and watch the film with us. And I do a little warning, though, if you're watching this, which may even this movie includes nudity, both male and female nudity. So that's a good thing. So it's a good thing that I think nudity is something you don't see a lot in films today. I watched all 3 of those last Star Wars movies. Not one lick of nudity. Although I guess technically speaking, if you think about it, C-3PO's naked, right? I mean, do droids have clothes? They don't, I guess.
I don't know if they have private parts though, do they? I don't know.
I don't know. If you're into trading cards, I think that's a C-3PO Star Wars trading card that just Google image that. A C-3PO Star Wars trading card. Check that out. Let's bring on someone I don't know. Michael Sterling. Michael Sterling. I can't read. How are you, Michael?
Doing well. Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate. I'm happy to be here and help with my viewing insights.
Nice. And I want to say hi to Neil Damiano. Hey, Neil. How are you? Glad you could make it. This is going to be a lot of fun. Neil, I love your hat. And Matt Deckard says, are we talking 3PO's rod? Yes, we are. Yes, we are talking 3PO's rod. See, you can just post a comment and we will do a shout out right on the show. I'm also going to, you know what I'm going to do right now too? I'm going to retweet this live stream so that others can discover it. And I recommend that you do it too, John.
Will do.
I'm just going to retweet the stream, and so we can get more people watching on our feed here, which is going to be a lot of fun. So, because you can see it, it's actually, you know where it is? It's on Periscope. Look, I can see myself actually looking down to retweet it right now on the feed. That's how accurate it is. All right, let's bring on Evelyn. I think Evelyn, did I pronounce that correctly? Evelyn. I'm sorry. Evelyn, how are you?
Very good. Thank you so much for this wonderful invitation.
This is gonna be a blast. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you could be here. Oh, my friend Neil's got like 3 Film Threat hats. That's awesome. And Evelyn, tell us about, like, you're in the film, right?
Yes. I am the angel of the film.
Yes. Oh yes. Yes. Well, we will have a lot to discuss. When we get started. I'm just so happy. Where are you right now?
I am in Miami.
Oh my gosh! Wait a sec. Are you okay? Like, I saw that there were hurricanes.
Well, we are so used to having here, and I you guys. So yes.
All right. Well, stay safe where you are, and grab a drink, grab a cocktail, because based on, I feel like this is every week in 2020 it's just another thing. There's life on Venus. There's aliens. This is crazy. Cardi B's getting divorced. What is the world? I think I could have predicted the Cardi B thing. I think I could have predicted that. But let's bring on the man of the hour. Let's bring on John Jacobs. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's doing something, but he's going to join us. John, how are you?
Great. I'm great. I got my Moscow Mule.
Oh, look at you.
Nice. And your hookah. I like it.
I got my hookah.
Oh, sweet. I have a mystery drink.
I don't leave this behind anywhere.
Yeah, Chris, what are you drinking today? It's a mystery, huh? It's your own concoction?
You know what? It's not a popular as a virus, but it's popular as a drink. It's Corona Seltzer. This is I got a couple of cold ones of these, but
nice.
So I don't know. I'm all about the hard sodas now. I like them. Hard seltzer. I feel like I could do a whole podcast about those. That's my new go-to drink. Low carbs and very refreshing. So.
All we need to be able to do is send each other a shot. Like I could send you a shot of tequila to go with that. It would be great, right? Do
it! If there's any way to do that, I would love that. I want to say to everyone watching right now, and a bunch of people watching us live, wherever you're seeing us, whether you're on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, post a comment as we're watching. We will respond. We'll be doing shout outs, and we're going to be watching DJ Hound Dog in about 5 minutes. So are we ready?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! Excited.
Okay, because I got it like right. I'm ready to press play anytime. So I want to make sure everybody knows this is sort of the final warning. If you're joining us for the watch party, you want to watch the movie along with us. If you're already an Amazon Prime member, which I think more people are Amazon Prime members than vote in the United States. I think that's a statistic. That's an actual statistic that I heard. So. If you're an Amazon Prime member, it's very likely that you are. Go on over to Amazon Prime via the app, website, whatever. Cast it to your TV, your device. Throw on DJ Hound Dog. I will give you a countdown for when we press play, and we're all going to watch the movie together. And we're going to see some both male and female nudity. This is your last one.
And we're going to see Evelyn Gyro in
well, that's right. Oh wow,
quintessential role. But, I was very, she is the love interest. She's the romantic interest in the movie. And, so we really tease it out.
That I mean,
right?
I don't have any sex scene of the movie.
Yeah. You know what? At the end of the movie, I'll tell you what I whispered in her ear before I got to kiss her.
Okay, well, maybe when that scene is on, you should.
No. Do you remember? Do you remember what I whispered?
I don't recommend it.
Do it. Oh no! Now it's happening.
Okay. I won.
Oh, that's awesome.
Maybe that's people could guess. Maybe that could be like the guessing.
And Neil Damiano wants to remind us that Prime is awesome. He is absolutely correct. Thank you, Neil, for that.
To say hello.
Rob,
well, this is Cherry Moon.
Hi, William. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Cherry.
Hey, how's it going? Great.
You guys. It's so exciting. It's this watch party, so we're ready.
Oh my God. Last time I saw you was at the award show, Award This. That was so cool. That was awesome.
I didn't meet Cherry till after this movie was made, so unfortunately I couldn't get her to.
That's okay. I'm still gonna celebrate anyway. I'm gonna go get my drink so I can be ready.
Get the drinks and come on over. We have Robert from Finland. It's 3 a.m. in Finland.
Oh,
we have someone watching from Finland. That's awesome.
What's up, Robert? That is amazing.
All right, cheers.
That is so cool. Yeah. Okay, so we're getting ready. So are we ready? It's almost 5:15. We like to start the movie about 5:15. This is our introduction. It's on Amazon Prime. If you have Prime, it's part of the free. You don't have to pay for it. We're going to be watching it right now. Is everybody ready for a 3, 2, 1 countdown?
Okay, hang on.
Can I say one last thing? I just want to thank William Wayne and Michael for being here. William Wayne directed Los Angeles, which won Best Director and Best Indie under $100,000 at the award this, which was a monumental recognition for a great movie. And I'm very glad I was in it. And Michael and William are working on some more movies, so excited about that too. So.
Well, you know what? You were amazing in the movie, John, and your awards keep on coming. So thank you for being in the movie, bringing that character to life.
Thank you. Well, anyway, now we get to, this should be the ultimate party movie, right, Chris? I mean, really.
Oh, hell yeah. Between the music, the rampant sex, it's Last Tango in Paris, He's 8 Mile. That's a
Right, I
terrible-
don't think you're going to miss any important plot points if you're talking, which
Well,
is a good.
Yeah, I feel like also, like, whenever you give someone a warning, like, wait a second, here's a warning. There's violence and nudity in this film. That's just an endorsement. I mean, when I was a kid and those warnings came up, that was the thing. Do not turn the TV off. You know, you're gonna see some good stuff. Okay, I think we're ready. Is everybody got like? Okay, we'll do a 3, 2, 1 to click on play. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Yes, indeed.
2, 1. Play movie. Here we go. Oh, it says director's cut. Oh, wait, I'm getting a commercial with Jim Gaffigan. Are you?
Okay.
Have you seen that commercial?
I did not get it.
On Prime, there's a little promo at the beginning.
Yes.
Jim Gaffigan,
Yes.
who I interviewed on the Film Threat podcast, by the way. If you go to our YouTube channel, or just look up the podcast on whatever, you'll find this Jim Gaffigan interview. And I've seen his latest comedy special. It's very good. Okay, the film has begun. Here we are, John. I'm
Yeah.
passing off to you. This is your party, man.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Commentary.
okay. Well, the first thing is if you just saw the logo come up on the screen, that was painted by a great underground lowbrow comic book artist, Dave Burke. So we brought his artwork to life. And now we got Elvis. Okay, Elvis is in this movie. I bought the footage of Elvis on eBay. I gambled and I bought an unopened film can of 16mm film in the hope that it would be something that had never been seen before. I paid 10 grand for it, and it was legitimately Elvis saying something that they never aired because it was too risque for the time. The guy says to him, "Hey Elvis, you leaving any special girls behind when you go overseas?" And he says, "Well, not any special ones. Quite a few of them, though." and that's kind of the theme of the movie.
It does tie in.
Right?
It does tie in.
So John, I'm looking right now where I am on the screen. It looks like it's a big, pretty much DJ rave going on, and I see you have quite a few extras in here. Were these extras like? Obviously, I know your budget was not the biggest budget.
This is Club Space in Miami. It's closed down now. It's a legendary club that was open, a patio club, and basically. My co-director Miguel Delgado was a sort of lived in Miami, grew up in Miami. He shot a lot of the footage that the clubs would broadcast on their screens, all the effects stuff. So they let us in because of Miguel, and
wow.
So we stole all of this footage while the club was open.
That looks great.
So this is guerrilla filmmaking 101.
Yes.
I mean,
I love the chops. Yeah.
Oh yes.
I love this whole raves scene. is pretty awesome. And yeah, the chops. Your mutton chops. You just I don't know. I feel like I would look ridiculous. John, you look amazing. Like you have that gravitas to pull it off.
Yeah, I'm such an Elvis fan from the very beginning. He was my first inspiration. And so unfortunately, I got stuck wanting to be Elvis, and it took me actually a long time to realize, hey, that's not going to work. But eventually, this movie gave me the opportunity to channel him and to pay tribute in a, kind of in a funny way, right? So, so basically. I finally get up in the DJ booth, and I'm actually playing a Buddy Holly hook, right? Which is a great way to get thrown out of the club. While we were in pre-production of this movie, right? JXL had a #1 hit all over the world with A Little Less Conversation, a remix. So actually, this absurd plot actually became you know, not as ridiculous as it was meant to be. So, but it also kind of gave me the impetus to two things. It made me realize I was on the right track, but it also gave me the excuse to go and record all the songs, because I knew I'd never get the rights to any Elvis songs because he was #1 again. Okay,
Well,
here
by the
is
way,
Evelyn
yeah, Evelyn made her first appearance in the movie here
right now.
as the Vision, right? As the Vision, like you said, the angel.
And
All right, here she comes.
Yeah.
Evelyn,
Oh,
what do
I
you have
must
to say
be-
about this?
I must be ahead of you guys. I might pause it. Where are you guys?
look, there she
I'm
is.
looking down now about there, but I had the commercial at the beginning.
Yes,
That's right.
me too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that said, Evelyn, and I got to credit you, that said so much. You know, when they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, just you giving him back his case and that smile,
The angel that came to save me.
you know.
Mm.
Yes.
Had you acted quite a bit before this DJ Hound Dog, before you filmed it?
If I acted
Yeah, have you acted quite a bit before?
on TV, yes. I
And okay, I'm gonna turn down DJ Hound Dog here a second. But yeah, you said you did act quite a bit on TV and such beforehand.
on TV, yes. I was
Novellas, right?
in
Novellas.
novela, and
Yes.
also in Bad Boys 2 with Will Smith. And,
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yes,
You played Will Smith's psychiatrist.
exactly.
I remember. You were fantastic.
The angel.
Yeah.
I'm just moving my screen so we can see it behind.
Okay. I'm gonna pause mine. You guys tell me when you get to 622.
622, let me look.
Yeah, tell me when you get to 622, and then I'll hit play again.
I'm at like exactly 6 minutes. I'll tell
Okay.
you about 6:22.
This is
Okay.
Charlotte Lewis entering the movie right now. And Charlotte was in The Golden Child with Eddie Murphy. She was the Golden Child.
wow.
She was also Roman Polanski's discovery for Pirates with Walter Matthau. She and I grew up together in London. And
Now,
She-
William. Now.
Got it.
Okay, cool. Sorry, John.
yeah, no, so Charlotte always, you know, she got famous so fast that I kept saying, hey, you want to be in my movie? You want to be in my movie? And she's like flying her off with all these huge stars. And and I finally got her to be in this one, or 20 years later.
John,
She's great in this too.
Oh yeah.
Messiah has a question for you, John. Did you learn anything unexpected about the DJ making this?
Yeah, I was really, to be honest with you, clueless. I was as clueless as my character. And all of the DJs were real. So they were, and all of the dialogue with the DJs was improv, spontaneous. So they really kind of schooled me along the way. They also didn't take me very seriously. I felt like a bit of a pariah walking around in my crazy costumes and, my Elvis thing. So I realized I was definitely not very cool at all. And they really are cool. I mean, being a DJ is about kind of playing cool shit. And so that's, that's one thing. There are a lot of other lessons that are learned through the movie.
You had quite a few famous DJs in this, right? Like Carl Cox and who was at the biggest one that you knew at the time, or were they all upcoming?
Tiesto, I was gonna say.
Oh.
Yeah, Tiesto's in the movie. We shot live at Ultra. This is Chris Cox right now. He was part of a duo called Thunderpuss, and they had a whole string of #1s and massive remixers. And this is one of the big gay clubs in Miami. Can't remember what it's called, but yeah. So it was always being in there and shooting with them was like mind blowing each time. It was like getting access to, shoot on stage at a Rolling Stones concert or something.
Wow.
The energy was tremendous.
And they were pretty open to that. John, they were pretty open to sharing the stage with you, or
Yeah, I mean they were. I was a little intimidated because I'm just an underground filmmaker, you know, trying to pull off my thing, and we had the help of this DJ, and he got so excited about the movie that he was the one actually kind of you know, soliciting all the DJs to become a part of it.
Well, I have a couple questions. First a comment. I love the visual style of the film. It looks like Instagram before Instagram. Does that make sense? Like some of the stuff is just so wild. Like a lot of like the sped up, you know, sort of time lapse, and the way that the lighting is just feels very much like an intense, energy filled social post, video social post. The other thing is when you're drinking in the movie, John, what's in the bottles?
I could not believe after the first day of shooting, when I woke up the next morning, considering I'd gone through 3/4 of a bottle of tequila on the first day, that I was able to get up and go. And so I just kind of went with it. I'm a
tea. A lot of people use tea, you know, because it looks kind of golden, like alcohol.
I'm a method actor. I like, you know, I like being on the edge, actually, really. So that's, you know, that's the beauty.
You went method on the alcohol.
I can confirm that John does take it to the edge in his performances. And if his character's drinking, John becomes very method. If his character's drinking and his character's supposed to be plastered, John takes it in a method way, which is bizarre because you're English. It kept throwing me for a loop, you know? Originally English.
I tried to deliver a scene in Los Angeles for William that was a sort of a tribute to the scene in Apocalypse Now with Martin Sheen smashing the mirror, and you know, I was really going for it, and I think William had a heart attack. I mean, he was not prepared for the fact that I actually would hold it together, even if I couldn't stay in frame.
Right. Well, luckily I was in the scene, so I could adjust my mic to when you took off your robe. I could adjust my mic.
So anyway,
we'll end that scene there. Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you know, I think Rod Stewart said once that before he gets up and sings, he always has a, you know, Bacardi and Coke, and you know, of course, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, right? You know, so I like that.
Josiah has another comment.
Oh, what? So
that is my favorite thing about this movie. That when you were drinking, you were actually drinking.
Yes. I wasn't there, but I'm sure you. Yeah.
What it was wonderful for me was like I didn't have the impression of being working. It was just having fun with a very cool group of friends and the best DJs in Ibiza, in Miami, and it was like having fun with friends. It wasn't like I was working for a movie or I had to act. It was just, everything was very natural and very like cool.
Yeah, and you know, that's the beauty of it. And you know, it took time as a filmmaker to get to the point where you could actually just have enough confidence to, you know, be relaxed when you're making a movie, and you know, have a lot of trust in the other actors and in improvisation, and you know, even, you know, when it comes to camera setups. One of the great things about Miguel Delgado, Miguel died not long after making this movie, the co-director, and you know, Miguel, when you talked about the visual style and it being like Instagram, he was such a visual stylist. I mean, it's not an accident that this film looks as incredible as it does. He was so fluid with his camera work. He edited it all. He did all the color, you know, all the color work on it. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this is Miguel Delgado's feature film. This is the testament to his life in the club scene of Miami as well.
John, I want to ask you about, we got a couple questions coming in. I want you to respond to, but where is this giant shoe?
Oh, that is in the design district in Miami.
Oh, really?
Gondola. It was imported from Venice, Italy by Craig Robbins, who is the mastermind behind the whole design district in Miami, which is incredible now. And Craig very generously not only provided the locations for a lot of this movie, but he also provided somebody else. I won't say anymore.
That's mysterious.
Right.
Robert has a question for you. John, Robert has a question for you. Can you see
Okay,
it?
Robert. This is I'm smoking my hookah, and it's Safari Melon Dew with a bit of mint mixed in. And yeah, I mean, the mutton chops, maybe for another character, I can do it again. Right?
And Neil has a question for you as well.
Who's my favorite hip hop DJ? I mean, DJ Khaled. I mean, really, I don't know who I'm not really up on the hip hop DJs exactly.
Right.
I'm more familiar with the producers and the particularly the female rappers. I'm like a huge fan of Doja Cat and Cardi B, and I just more recently, God, who's the girl who sings My Type? That rapper, Saweetie. I was thinking, though, by the way, when we were thinking about doing the sequel,
John, your talking is interrupting the nudity.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I feel like you have to talk about the sex scenes, because it's not that there's a lot of them. I just feel like it's played very organically. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem exploitative, because it seems, I think we talked about this on the episode of the podcast, in like very phony movies where they're obviously trying to hide the nudity. I can't think of any time where I've ever, a woman like tries to like be modest, and it's like, that just doesn't seem real,
Yeah, I have a big issue with that. I think that there's a fine art to great. I love seeing nudity in movies, very naturalistic, and it's actually, it's kind of, it takes a lot to get it there, right?
Right.
A lot of commitment, and
organic. It seems organic, and just natural, and like this is how humans actually really relate. It's not movie nudity. Does that make sense?
It's not Hollywood nudity at all.
That's it.
You're right. It's not.
It's not played Hollywood.
If it was a Hollywood nudity movie, it would totally be shot different. You guys just almost left it on a 2-shot and just let them roll. Let your actors roll on that, John. That was pretty great.
It's going to be more challenging now because there's so many. There's a lot more rules about nudity. So you've really got to have incredible trust in your actors, and in order for that not to get in the way of naturalism.
Right.
But yeah.
Who's this DJ right here that you're talking to?
That's Robbie Riviera. He just had a hit recently. I think he's Puerto Rican. And there you go. Charlotte. I was in love with Charlotte when I was 16 and she was 15, and whatever. Of course, nothing ever happened between us. But this was our first real love scene. All those years, long gestating crush.
Oh, I love this scene. Where just the way that this is played is so great, and the knife and everything.
Yeah, this is Tina Leyu, and it was interesting. This was interesting because I actually had Charlotte pick up the thing to hide herself, but after you'd seen her fully naked.
Right. No, but also based on like the dynamic, when you understand the relationships, that makes total sense, because she's ashamed she's been caught, right?
Right. But the fun was to actually to see everything before she put it up, not for it to be up there before you see everything. That way you kind of feel it's sort of like a sleight of hand. right? Because then it actually still feels real.
Oh, Neil has another question. Thanks for all the questions, Neil. This is great. And
No,
yeah,
I haven't heard about Neil. Is she new? You know, Anne Savage and Lisa Lashes, two British during this movie. But they're probably old school now.
gotcha.
Oh wow, we're expanding the party here.
Oh, and Neil, this is yes, a new shirt that's in the Film Threat shop.
I love that shirt, by the way, Chris.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, it's I like. We've been doing this thing where we take like classic movie logos and just put Film Threat on it. We also.
Oh, nice. Love it.
So, yeah,
Love it.
yeah, it's very.
That's pretty awesome. We'll have to look on your website on some film.
No, check it out. It's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we can. Let's try.
Yeah, I just want to move it closer.
So this is John. This is another sex scene. Feel free to talk about it.
Oh, hold on a second. Where is it? Oh, this sex scene.
Well, no, just missed it.
It's gone.
I missed
Yeah,
it.
we're back on Evelyn now.
Oh,
Evelyn.
okay. What happened? Who was that
Oh,
one?
and you'll check out her Instagram. She's been around a bit. Oh wow, that's cool, Neil. That's one of my favorite shirts too. So we got some new ones coming out for Halloween too. That I think we just put one of them on the site. It's pretty cool. So.
Well, you know, John, I love how Evelyn's look just says so much in this every time she's in any scene.
Yeah, it really was all just looks. It was all about building this chemistry and this, you know, to penetrate these love scenes. Yeah, sorry, I'm use of words, but to
We know what you meant. We know what you meant. No offense.
yeah, I mean, I had to start to try to seduce the audience into thinking that there was something else kind of coming. And in a way, given how powerful and amazing these other actresses were, Charlotte and Tina and Veronica Gray, you know, Evelyn, I think that you just, the magic, you're feeling it every time. And you're wondering, you know, is she coming back?
Yeah.
And
You guys did have good chemistry.
Life, when there is somebody who lives next door, or you kind of pass on the way to work, and you only ever get to exchange glances, that was what we were sort of going for.
Well, I want to hear what Evelyn has to say about some of these scenes, but I just know that like anyone, when I think someone from outside the industry, when they see like nude scenes, they think of it as being very salacious. And with whatever limited involvement that I have had, where we've had actors that are naked, both male and female, it's incredibly clinical. It's very, I almost would say it's kind of boring because it ends up being very technical. It's always on every film set I've been on. Everyone's very respectful. I don't know. It's so weird because it kind of sucks. Like, oh wow, something involving nudity is just kind of clinical and kind of boring. And I would say that when it comes to production, it kind of is, because you're worried about the shot and making the day, not like anything salacious. Although I don't know, maybe we could have this conversation at Jumbo's Clown Room when it reopens. I'm hoping soon. I know that.
Let's definitely do that.
Oh, I'm down, dude. Look, when everything opens, I'm not living in fear. I'm going to the drive-in every week. I drove to Vegas to go to the movies to see Tenet. I'm driving down to San Diego tomorrow to actually go see a movie. Like, this lockdown stuff, I'm done. Look, I wear a mask. I follow the rules. I wash my hands more than any human I know. But I'm living my life. I'm not going to let anything stop me. So
I think those kind of scenes that have to be very justifying the story. If it's a really important part of the story, it should be there, because it's very important for the whole movie, for the whole story. And I think it's very important the director, you know, to be willing to to do it like in the best way, the actor is in, relaxed and feel the moment and feel that connection with the character and with the whole team and with the whole story is super important. Being Cuban for me is not like a big deal like in the United States, because in Cuba this is pretty normal.
Well, even would you say that like Americans are kind of prudes? It's kind of puritanical, and I feel like in Europe, people have a much more healthy attitude about nudity. Is that right?
Yeah, it's natural. It's part of the life. So it's part of the story, as I said. It's very important that we have to take advantage of it and do it in the best way, in the best artistic way, in the best natural way too. John?
I agree.
I think being in Miami as well, where people don't wear a lot of clothes, made it very natural to be naked.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, with the weather, right?
It's very warm here.
Yeah. But also,
that's true.
directors have to trust actors. I think if actors build their trust, then the director can, work around them and let them lead the way, and then you can get much more exciting chemistry. I think it's more difficult when, the director maybe is, intimidated by the scene and then is trying to block it out and pre-plan it and, and then it becomes a little bit sterile.
Yeah, I agree.
I notice a lot of times too, like as you guys were talking about nudity, it seems like violence is a lot more common in the movies that we watch in Hollywood and whatnot too, as opposed to, your movie didn't have any violence there, John. It just had really just nudity to keep the action going.
I think Tina hit me a couple of times, slapped me around the head for looking at Evelyn. That was about it. That's true.
Neil has another question for you too.
Well, that's for Evelyn.
Oh, Evelyn. Is indie film big in Cuba?
I'm sorry?
Is indie film big in Cuba?
What do you mean indie film?
Is it are people into independent film in
yes, of course. Yes, very, very important. Yes. Well, now we have a very difficult situation with the whole economy, but definitely, yes, Cuba is a country that is a big producer of independent movies. Yes.
I just love these love scenes, John, because they seem like real problems. You know what I mean? They're not. This is not Hollywood by any means. So,
yeah, I mean, this is really special. I'll tell you another crazy thing about this movie. So Tina, when I met her, she was actually married to Miguel, the director, but they were separated. And so, Miguel was her ex-husband, and Tina and I were together. We have a son. So he was directing a scene with his ex-wife, effectively, naked, love scene. And, hey, that's not very Hollywood either, is it? Maybe that's very Hollywood. That's crazy, right? I mean, it was, it wasn't contrived. I mean, that was just amazing that we all worked together like that. And I was kind of a little bit worried at the beginning, and it just didn't, Oh Lord. I love this scene. This scene is so beautiful, and she's walking and strutting in front of the camera. She's naked. She's in incredible shape. And I love this. This is, so right there.
But I love that there's in this particular relationship in the film that there's a real power dynamic. In a way, you're kind of the female in this, at least with her scenes, the way she sees it. Am I wrong? Or is that?
These are powerful women.
Right.
All alpha. Every single one of them is an alpha woman.
That's what makes this interesting. It's not the traditional. It's not played traditionally the way Hollywood would do it, and that's what makes this unique.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe why they're all so comfortable in their own bodies, because they're they're alpha females, and they're not they're proud, and I think that comes through
for sure.
Oh yeah.
This is oh God. Well, I need his name.
You forget someone's name. You can look at
Yes.
IMDb.
He's a huge DJ. Oh God, what is his name? Maybe somebody's watching. Bob Sinclair. There you go. Bob Sinclair, huge DJ. It was great to have him let us in.
You know, John, every time I noticed the DJs were a part of the story, they all seemed so natural in their interaction that it wasn't forced. You know, sometimes you get like a real person playing themselves, then they decide they need to act, but this seems so natural. How did that? How did you get that?
We didn't script it, or we didn't even rehearse it. It was like, okay, let's just go. And then, DJ Hound Dog was genuinely, the questions where he was coming from were real, and so they were responding just naturally. And the thing about that was those early 50s movies, which I love. The Girl Can't Help It, I think, was one of them, and where you got Eddie Cochran and Gene Vincent and Fats Domino, and they're all in these movies. I really wanted to have that, capture that era where people will look back at this movie and go, oh my God, it's that guy and that guy. And, they're not in a... That was the artwork on the wall in this scene, the mural of Elvis was painted by Miguel as well. So you can see what an amazing visual artist he was. This was an empty warehouse, a loft in the design district.
John. Oh, go ahead, John. Chris.
No. Go ahead, William. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, John, did this movie kind of inspire you later? Because I know that you did do some tracks and you did produce some music. Is this movie kind of lead you that direction? No,
I recorded all the rock and roll songs for the movie. I wrote and sang them because I like to do my Elvis stuff. So this was my chance to get in the studio. So it was very fulfilling on that front.
Hey, William, is your film released on VOD, right? Am I wrong?
It's for rent and buy right now on Amazon, but we are going to get it for streaming free if you have Amazon. So that will be very soon.
Are you saying we should do a watch party?
That would be amazing. Yeah, I say we do.
Okay.
I say we do that. That will be. Okay. All right. Well. I'll make sure our cast.
Okay. You got my email. You got my email. Just email me. And we'll set it up.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, that was easy. You have to have John back for that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we can reverse the tables, right?
We'll definitely have to do some drinking games for you, John, on this. Especially when John's character drinks, we should drink, which means that we'll have to keep it rolling, keep it coming.
Yeah.
Actually, with your movie, William, we could have like the Rocky Horror Picture Show where we have it in a big theater, and all the audience will have bottles, right? And every time.
Yes. Every time you kill a character, you have to down the bottle, and every time you cuss, we just take a drink.
Well, if you don't want people to walk out of there smashed, you might want to reverse it.
Yeah. Okay. Good point. Good point.
This is Veronica Gray. This is her only movie. She plays DJ Fish. Fish was her stage name, and she's a writer. She's an all-around sort of iconic little character, and she was the only person I didn't actually really know for this movie. I met her in Vegas at the Vegas Film Festival, and I said, "Oh my God, you'd be perfect for this film." She was so exotic and, you know, beautiful and such a great character. So, yeah, but her scenes are hilarious, I think, the love scenes in this film. And she's half Filipino.
Very exotic look.
Yeah, she's the one that kind of sets him on track with the music.
Hmm.
Well, I think we have to do a Los Angeles. I always say Los Angeles. I know it's like a double entendre.
Yes.
But yeah, no, let's do that.
Okay. I would love that. I would love that, Chris.
All right, cool. That's easy.
I'll make sure we get the usual suspects rounded up for that.
Yeah, no, we can have 10 people at one time. So yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, John.
The guy who just walked, this is Terry Camilleri. He was in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. He was Napoleon. He's in the Truman Show, a little cameo, and he starred in The Cars That Ate Paris, which was a Peter Weir film, an early Peter Weir film, Australian movie.
Peter Weir directed Truman Show too, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
I thought he was a fabulous character addition to yours.
He was. Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. You know, he's the one that's going crazy that DJ Hound Dog's getting all these girls. So.
Yes.
The next door neighbor trying to figure out how to pick up girls.
You got to teach him, right? Show.
Well, you always have. I feel like probably all of us know some friend who just has game, right? And I feel like DJ Hound Dog is the kind of guy that has game. I actually feel like, John, I feel like you have game, and you just got to know how to control that. It's a Jedi superpower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love. I mean, okay, superficial, but I love beautiful, strong women. I mean, it's just, who wouldn't aspire to work with actresses like this? And it's.
I'm fond of saying that I love a woman who can give me a brainer. Like, seriously, like I can't be attracted to a woman unless there's something about her person. Like we can engage on levels other than physical attraction, is what I mean.
There's a name for that kind of, right?
What is it?
I can't remember, but there is. Yeah, yeah. No, there's.
It is distracting because the movie is playing in the background, so you get caught up. Tina, this is a scene for her.
Yeah, I hope you can. You interviewed Tina at Sundance. She's on your show, Festival Pass.
Oh wow, on YouTube.
I've never seen it, but I don't know if you have that footage on a VHS tape somewhere. But if you ever post it, it'd be great. I'll share it.
It's actually on. Someone posted all the episodes of that on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I'll go look.
Festival Pass Sundance, and you'll find it. So yeah, Neil Damiano, intellectual women. That is the best because you can only have sex for so long, and then there's conversation. And if you can have great conversation, a conversation that is like sex is the best. So, it's all about balance, I think, is what's key. So there you go. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Neil, for all the comments. And thanks, Neil, for being such a longtime supporter of Film Threat. Neil Damiano.
Powerful, beautiful women also have, with a lot of drive in life, have tremendous challenges that they face. They're always breaking down barriers and, fighting for their passions. And I actually find that extremely engaging. I mean, quite honestly. So, although perhaps I'm not as attracted to the intellectual types, I'm very engaged in the struggle of a woman, and women who are in touch with their sexuality, they encounter a lot of you know, judgment from other women, you know, and so there's a lot to talk about beyond the romance.
I agree about the balance. It's very important. Balance, you know,
It's true.
balance between intellectual, passion also. That's very important. The chemical, the connection, the beauty. Yeah, but the beauty I think develop with all those experiences in life too. It depends how you see the beauty, how you see it from where you see that beauty too. So to find that balance, which is really hard today to find.
Yeah.
In
Oh, for
women,
sure.
in men, in everything, you know. But it's fun to look, you know, for that balance and lucky who can find it. Very lucky person today. Yeah.
There you go. The chemistry's coming
There,
again.
it's back. Yes.
Yeah.
This is John. Now, this movie was you know, it's now just come to Amazon Prime, but it came out previously.
Right.
There's a whole lost era of independent film that kind of came, like when Blu-ray came out. I remember this. When Blu-ray came out, it kind of like it really hurt independent film because there are a lot of movies that did not translate from standard def DVD then to Blu-ray, and then also didn't translate into video on demand. So I have to say, one, I appreciate that you took the effort and time, because it is to get all the assets together to release a movie on video on demand, on VOD, right? Like, so there's that, but then there's a whole era from early 2000s that are not indie films, that are not on video on demand. I co-wrote and produced an indie movie, My Big Fan Independent Movie, and you can buy used copies on Amazon for like $3 of DVD, but it's not available on video on demand. Oh, Efren tells us the term is sapiosexual. Thank you, Efren Lopez.
Efren, all right, Efren.
Oh, nice, sweet. Yes, that's the term. It's intellectual.
Intellectual. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely me. I don't think I've ever been in a relationship, a long-term relationship with a woman that I have to have that connection. You know.
Well, because right, because aesthetic, right. Aesthetic beauty will fade, right? So the intellectual beauty doesn't.
No, that never fades. So
well, it doesn't fade, certainly in Evelyn's case.
Yes.
She just gets more beautiful.
Oh, thank you. No, but
you know, there's intellectual women, there's beautiful women, then there's Latin women, which is a whole other type of a woman and an attraction, right? I mean, you know, that's just it's a lifestyle. It's a vibe. It's something else.
Wisdom. Yeah. But for women, it's the same thing too. You know, I think it's important, the intellectual part, definitely very, very important. You know, we had the opportunity to work with a lot of beautiful men, let's say, or important men, but the intellectual part is after a great sex, what are you going to talk about? What are you going to do? How are you going to spend your time? So I agree with you 100%.
But they call that a himbo.
Himbo.
That's a himbo. Yeah, that's a guy that not all up there.
Gotcha.
Okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. I'm about to get canceled.
Well, this is a good scene right here. What you guys left this in a 2-shot, just in your acting. So no coverage whatsoever there on this, John.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I think that works really well for this scene because they don't know each other very well. And so we don't want to get too intimate. I think there's a close-up of her right at the end. Just
what's great about it is that you see your guys acting. Yeah, you see you guys acting and communicating. You see the chemistry right there between you. You know, it's not developed in editing. It's right there.
Well, it's taking off each other.
Who's this? Go ahead.
This is DJ Mark Orell. He's a German DJ. He actually did remix one of the songs for the movie. So we're actually, I mean, he'd done it before, but we're kind of replaying the whole process right now. And yeah, it was great. He flew in from Germany just for this scene. And yeah, we really actually had to make a legitimate rock and roll track that would actually translate to a big plot. That was a part. That was you know, a challenge that was ongoing in making the movie. I love this scene with, this is Fish right here. Hound Dog started to clean up his act a little bit. He looks better than he did at the beginning of the movie.
He does. You can see his character is changing. I was wondering, did DJ Hound Dog, was he attracting women at the beginning of the movie? Because now he definitely, I mean, we saw him, you know, halfway through, obviously attracting Tina's character, Charlotte's character.
Chemistry here is so great with Fish and Roxy, the jealousy that you can see Fish getting a little jealous. She's, you know, but no, I think that the girls that, you know, Charlotte's character and Tina's character, you know, they were attracted to the loser. You know what I mean? I think they had their own loser issues. And I think that Evelyn's character is not ultimately that interested in that. I think Hound Dog has to clean up his act in order to,
which he is, you can see he is at this point.
I mean, there's a little, you know, she kind of, again, with her little eye contact is encouraging him. Later on, you see that specifically. But and then the chemistry with Fish, the blonde, it's creative. She's a DJ, and so she's interested in him because she can help him. I love this shot. You see with Hound Dog, and then so you got the mutton chops, and then the Elvis mutton chops right behind. In that, what an Elvis tribute right there, right?
Totally.
And this scene's fun. I love this scene. This is one of those scenes, you know, in the movies, where transforms, right? Goes through that transformation, and so this is sort of a classic scene. And I found this jacket. There's only like 2 or 3 of them. One of them belonged to Steven Tyler, and I managed to snag this other one for this movie, which I really
iconic. I mean, you used it for the poster, right? Like,
yeah. That's the, you know, again with indie films. I mean, we didn't have a costume designer, so finding Hound Dog's costumes was a big part of creating the character. Otherwise, I wouldn't have really had an idea without actually finding them and putting them on and going, okay.
I thought you did a wonderful job of doing it.
Thank you.
You know, this character is so different, by the way, than Walt Warshaw. Going back to our future watch party, Chris. It's so different than your character in Los Angeles. This is like almost a complete 180, and especially when you were doing that scene early in the movie where you're talking in the mirror. That's not you. That's not the character of Walt Warshaw later that you did. That's a character I've never seen you do before.
You know,
it was almost like, no, go ahead. It was very naturalistic.
You know, because your film took so long to shoot, I was kind of Walt Warshaw for about 5 years, and I was DJ Hound Dog for about 3 years. And when I finished this movie, I don't think anybody thought I was acting because they were like, "That's just him," you know. It really isn't until later on.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. But you did create the character. I mean, that's definitely you can see how you're even interacting there with him. It's great. But yeah, you did create that character. So he was kind of a lovable loser in the beginning, and you can see now he's becoming this kind of DJ it's coming into his own.
That shot right then was actually like an homage to the scenes where, you know, the rock star goes through the passages at the stadium, you know, before going on stage. And, you know, like Elvis had, you know, the Memphis Mafia, Joe Esposito next to him. And you have so many of those shots. So that was that moment. And, Yeah, there's a, it's funny. It looks like it's all shot from the hip, and it very much is. But also, there's a lot of. This is another great scene. There's also a lot of stuff in this movie. A lot of things that really wanted to capture and live out on film.
You have a new fan, Evelyn. So.
Oh.
Yes.
There's all the comments coming in. I'm trying to keep up.
That's good.
Thank
That's
you.
I'm trying to keep up. So, and then RW says he likes the scene in the toilet stall. So,
Oh, that was sorry, someone else said that.
oh, you know what? I need to take a break too.
That's Evelyn's
right.
daughter.
Be right back. Be right back.
That's what, John. What did you say? That's what?
That was Evelyn's daughter and my son.
Oh, no kidding. That was Taliesin too. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Right, Evelyn? We got Taliesin and Zoe in that scene.
Yes, my daughter is in it too. She just said,
Wow.
"Boy, come to say hello, come."
Wow. Well, I've met your daughter. She doesn't look anything like that anymore.
She
There
is
you
right
go.
now.
Yeah, she's in the movie too.
Oh my God, she's beautiful. Hey.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good. Wow, so lovely to see
So
you.
nice to
You guys look, now you're like sisters, right?
Yes, what they
True.
say.
True. Very true.
Yes.
Thank you. She looks
It must have been fun to see this movie again and see you with Taliesin, right?
Yeah, such a sweet scene. Oh my God.
I love it.
Yeah. It took me by surprise because I didn't.
By the way, I don't know if Zoe's still acting, but Zoe, is just so you filmmakers know, I think Zoe's available as well. Right?
Yeah, you guys are, and Evelyn, you've done a lot of film and TV over the years. I mean, you have quite a career, also.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with your whole. I mean, you were on TV shows for years and years, right?
Yes.
Were those filmed in Miami, by the way?
Well, we don't have that much movies in Miami, production for movies in Miami. More TV, Spanish TV especially.
Okay, and those are shot in Miami.
Yes, in Miami and Mexico and Colombia.
Oh wow!
It's really hard to find movies here.
So you were flown all over then for those shows, huh?
Yes.
Because weren't you on one of the shows for like, you must have been on there like 5, 6, 7 years or longer? Or how long was your longest running character?
For a year. I would say.
Oh, just a year? Okay, because you had a lot of episodes.
A lot of episodes. That was Decisiones. It was a series of Decisiones. It was a different episode every night, like a movie, different stories every night. So I,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Of those episodes.
I see.
It was really fun for an actor to have that.
Yeah.
Because
Is it kind of fun to do the TV show every day? So you're knocking out those shows every day? Is that kind of a lot? I mean, your acting would go kind of.
Because every time it was a different character. So, once I played Psycho, which is one of my favorite roles to play. Psychos.
I see. Well,
I love that. And, I played a good girl, a bad girl, a really mean, those.
And so then doing this movie, and then you did this movie and you did Bad Boys 2 within like a few months of each other, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Well, Bad Boys 2 was in 2003, and then this one was 2000.
Wow. And John, did you see her from Bad Boys 2 and say, I need her in this movie, or how did that?
No, I think she did Bad Boys while we were shooting it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we kept bringing, we did the same thing you did, William. We kept going back and shooting more of this film.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We kept adding scenes with Evelyn. We're like, oh my God, that's so good.
That's a smart move. Yeah, well, that's a smart move. That's what I did with Karina when, I just kept trying to add more scenes with her. So, wow. And then was there quite a bit of a difference going from Bad Boys 2 production to John's very indie DJ Hound Dog film? Was your trailer a little bit smaller, in other words? And did you have not quite as many assistants?
It was a little bit, yeah.
Still,
Right.
You know, Bad Boys 2 was wow. It was a big production, was amazing, and my scene was shooting in a temple. So imagine,
Oh.
it was very fun to shoot that scene
Ah.
in a temple.
Wow.
So
Oh, I love the film threat mug there, John, Chris. Looks good.
I don't want to, not like I wanted to a plug, but it is on sale in our Film Threat shop for like $9.99. So they cheap.
I still love that. I love the soap bar of the film threat echoing, Fight Club. It's awesome.
We have
Awesome.
many products in the shop, but we got to get back to the movie because
another love scene. There you go.
yeah.
Perfect timing.
I just love that, like, the visual style of this film, I feel like was very much naturalistic and ahead of its time. I feel so.
Yeah, I approached Miguel to direct the movie because I just thought maybe I took it to heart when Entertainment Weekly said I was spreading my questionable talents too thin, and I'm like, I'm just going to act in my next one. So I asked Miguel. I'd been introduced to when I first came to America. Craig introduced me to him, and I was so blown away. I was like, this guy is just such a visionary, but there was nothing I could offer him to bring to the table as an actor. So it was 10 years later when I went back to Miami with Tina, actually, as to introduce me to him again. So I said, Miguel, would you direct this movie? Because I want to make something just so frenetic and so just so stylish. And he's like, well, I don't really like working with actors very much. So I'll direct the visuals and you deal with the actors. So I was like, okay, we can live with. And but yeah, Chris, again, I have to credit Miguel for the just incredible visual style of this film. And
Yeah.
This is Annabella Lewin, lead singer of Bow Wow Wow, who is another childhood friend of mine from London. And she only ever recorded one duet, and that was with me in this movie, which was very beautiful of her to do.
Wow.
We didn't go.
Neil has another question for you, John.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all of every Human Traffic, and then of course this movie came out right at the same time as It's All Gone Pete Tong. So we were competing with that film, unfortunately, at the time. I love this scene. Watch this scene. It's just very simple, right? They're hanging out, and there's just the expressions on her face right there, right? She's just it's so beautiful and alive. And then, of course, he goes off and he talks to another girl. And then suddenly she's jealous. And this brings out this fierce, what she actually, by the way, Tina is a Samoan princess, genuinely. And they're also a Samoan warrior. So don't mess with her. You can see.
She's definitely, yes, the alpha, a female. Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. She was amazing. I actually didn't really want her in the movie. I was like, I can't.
What?
I didn't. And then, of course, I realized I got to have her in the movie. And she was incredible. Incredible.
What changed your mind?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I realized that she was meant to be in the movie. I mean, we were in a relationship, and she was focused on her singing, and then I'm making this movie, but she also was an actress, and she wanted to do it. And I was not trying to just use all my family and friends all the time. But then you realize that you have to use your family and your friends because they're your rock,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was really what happened, and she really hit it out of the park, as did Evelyn. You know, I mean, really hit it out of the park.
Oh, there you go. You know what? I think that's great though that you do use family and friends, and then they stay, you know, friends and family. When you have these movies, it's like a clip of history. You know, it's like Evelyn's daughter's in the movie, your son is in the movie. How great is that at that age where they are? You know,
it is, and John Cassavetes used to do it. I mean,
yeah,
you know, Fellini did it. I mean, you know, again, it's like
Coppola does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coppola.
I mean,
yeah.
We don't, you know, the Hollywood industry thing, you hear and you think, okay, you got to do it, play by the book and keep it all, the lines really clear. But in reality, films are all about blurred lines. I mean, you know, the director often the actress is a muse for the director, or as in Los Angeles, the actress is a muse for the writer. And very often that's the reality. And then it becomes complicated when you're making the movie, because suddenly you gotta, you know, you gotta have an actor kiss your leading lady. You know what I mean? And but this is kind of real. I mean, is it? You know, these are, and that's what Los Angeles deals with, is the complications. You know.
Of filming with the relationships and
art and inspiration and, you know, muses, and
everything was so organic, was so natural.
So here we have DJ Tiesto,
right? Yeah. No, I mean, it's beautiful, and it's the beauty of independent films as well. I mean, that's one of the things that, you know, it's so funny. One wants to have a hit, and one wants to make big movies, and yet in reality, we're the most spoiled people on the planet, because we get to make movies our own way. I mean, you know, we get to labor over them for years if necessary. I mean, you can't do that if a studio is.
True.
It looks like having fun in this scene.
Yeah, this is
like actual fun.
Yeah. I love the fast motion, the speed up here, and
works well.
You know, this is where Hound Dog is going. He's really the deep end, and one. I mean, obviously, in the.
We're losing John a little bit here.
Yeah. John.
Come back, John. Come back.
Well, you've lost me. Hello?
Yeah.
I think you're back. You're back. As long as we can hear it, it's cool. The internet. What can you do?
Now, this is a DJ also here, John?
This is Kevins. He's a singer, does electronic music, but he goes to all EDM festivals. He was the guy that got us access to Ultra. This is live at Ultra, actually.
Oh, wow.
We didn't use a lot of the footage, but that was a huge event.
Wow.
There's a fun scene, the showdown with all the girls. He's realized finally gone too far.
Oh, you know that there was a reckoning that was coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny, but you know, it was very natural to do the scene and everything else, and I wasn't sure how it was really playing out. But God, when I watch this scene now, I love it. I love the characters of you know, Charlotte and Tina and Veronica. I mean, they're so in. You really. This bitching at each other is just fantastic, right? I love it. I mean, I mean, it's a nice thing to look back at a movie and love the performances of your actors. I mean,
you can feel that they had so much fun.
Yeah.
You can feel that from the movie.
And it's funny to me, this movie seems like it's new, brand new, because I never released it, Chris. Because of all the different soundtracks, and I just couldn't release. It wasn't my movie. It's really now.
Well, it looks great. I mean, you know, obviously all movies are made digital now, you know, high def, just about every movie. But this movie also back in 2001 when you shot it, was this Also digital?
We shot from 2002, 3, and 4. So 3 years, all 35 mil.
All 35 millimeter. God.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Short ends.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well,
this was this is a 10. This started off as a $10,000 movie. Okay.
I think you should. You mentioned something. I think you should tell us this story because this was
No,
interesting.
this was. I was like, I can make a movie for 10 grand in one room with these girls coming in and out, and then I brought Charlotte down to Miami, so I ended up having to find a little bit more money, but everything beyond that. So let's say at the end of the day, it was like 25,000. I got all the locations for free. The actors, everybody worked for free. It was non-union. The crew was paid, I don't know, some very nominal amount. And it wasn't till and of course, every time we decided to shoot again, we'd have to find a few $1,000s, but they were all location shots in Miami. And then really it wasn't till DJ Spancock's offered to shoot to redo the end of the movie in Ibiza. He brought in $100,000 so we could all fly to Ibiza, and then that was.
So until that time, I mean, we're talking a real micro budget film.
$100,000 for sure.
Yeah.
Gosh. Do you still have the jacket?
Yeah.
I knew it. Of course you did. I knew it. That's so great.
You got if you direct a film, you've got to keep all the wardrobe. I definitely kept all the wardrobe from Los Angeles. For memories.
Wow,
I love it. Wow.
That's great.
Wow.
Oh, John.
Yeah. Recreate the moves.
I wish I had the platform, the boots.
I sense a sequel, John. I sense a sequel.
That is so great.
So now we're in Ibiza, and
we can see your character is really. Yeah, you're hyped here. I mean, you're really going all out. I mean, you've gone all out in this character the whole time, but you can see the progression here.
Yeah, there was a transformation with Hound Dog through this film. I mean, he really starts off like a total wreck, and I think he's starting to look like a rock star DJ, right?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And in Miami, I mean, it's quite different than other cities in the country, right? I mean, and Evelyn, you can tell us there too. But DJs, I mean, there's an extra amount of DJs in Miami, aren't there? At all the clubs, doing all those.
Yeah, where we have a big community of clubs here. Let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miami is a very.
By the way, just this scene right here. So Hound Dog's spinning in a local record shop in Ibiza, and then Evelyn's character pulls up on her moped and walks past the window. Hound Dog doesn't even see her at that point.
It's lost.
Yeah, but just sort of playing up that little bit of synchronicity.
And did you shoot that scene right there in Ibiza? You in that record store?
Mm-hmm.
So you flew Evelyn out there to Ibiza also?
We
For me, it was a beautiful experience because I had so much fun with good friends and the opportunity to meet all those big DJs. It was amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were in the hot
caviar.
That was product placement, actually.
Was it?
Yeah,
good for you.
I didn't organize it, but yeah, that was a bit of product placement. And,
hey, you know what? That works. It didn't look like it.
Yeah.
It looked like you were just living high.
Yeah. No, it was incredible to be there, and we shot in Eden and Kashi, which are the biggest, most amazing clubs, in the height of the club, the season. To gain access was just wild. With Pete Tong, Carl Cox, Ferry Corsten.
Gosh.
I don't remember this actress. She was a famous Serbian model.
Yes.
Yeah, so she kind of just appeared in the crowd. I love this scene, by the way. I don't know if anybody else kind of gets it. So she's trying to get him to go out with her.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, doesn't want to party. He's trying to clean up his act. And then she says to him, "Are you gay?" And he's like, "Are you gay?" And it was complete improv, but it was just beautiful. I like, again, one of those funny scenes that I guess maybe because it wasn't scripted, it just has this sort of magic about it. But yeah, this was to really show that he's kind of evolving a little bit, you know, because he has to evolve to win the heart of Roxy. I mean, as great as it is to be in the love triangle, that, you know, to have a romantic connection.
Was it a love triangle or a quadrangle? It's
Good question.
It seemed like a lot more than that.
Yes, you're right. It was a quadrangle.
Yeah, something.
There, Evelyn is again. If just right again, Hound Dog doesn't actually spot her. She's actually just sunbathing on the beach there. You know,
just misconnections going on so far.
Oh, Neil asked a question, but like we talked about this earlier, the film was shot in 35 millimeter in early 2000s.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like the look of the film was ahead of its time, right? I compared it to like Instagram filters. Like it has that kind of vibe, right?
Yeah,
like energy. There's an energy to the look.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for your questions, Neil. It's great.
Yeah.
It takes a real talented director to be able to do that. Actually, not to get bogged down with 35 millimeter cameras and changing the reels, and you know, to keep that freshness. And yeah, Miguel was just fearless with his operating. He operated quite a bit of it.
Yeah. Wait, so are you drinking in this scene too? Like, is every scene where you drinking? Are you actually drinking? That I want to know.
This was in Ibiza. I'm not. I think I cut back a bit by this point.
Just a bit.
In real life, so the character is it's just like in real life. Your character and the actor are coming together. This one.
Yeah.
Art imitating life.
Yeah. And this is so funny because this is Judge Jules. He's a huge British BBC DJ, and Eddie Halliwell. And, you know, again, the scene, we didn't really rehearse it or anything, but they're taking the piss out of DJ Hound Dog because they don't think that he's going to be able to get her phone number. And
but they don't know you already know her.
Yeah. But it's very funny. Again, I mean, these because these are the real guys, and it's just all real. Their reactions and him taking the piss. I actually feel bad I didn't connect more with them because I think I was just Hound Dog was just so bizarre, and me walking around in this jacket the whole time, they just didn't know who the fuck this guy was, you know.
It works though. I kind of like that.
This is Ferry Corsten playing right now. He had a massive hit at the time with a track called "Rock Your Body Rock," but he was, you know, huge again. So I was intimidated by default because of the fact that the fans, the way that I didn't really know that much about him. I knew that song in particular, but the way that people were reacting around him, it was like, you know, quite amazing. But yeah, I think this is an easy.
Tina's song was very popular too at that moment.
Which one? Tina, absolutely. Oh my God, this is a great part of it. So Tina
was everywhere in all the
she
clubs.
had
no kidding
the biggest club hit in the world at the time with Spankox to the club that was literally the soundtrack of Ibiza that summer, and it had come from shooting the movie.
No kidding.
And it was it was her dream to have a hit record,
Wow.
And that was the thing that she accomplished before she died. You know, it's just mind-boggling. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, how incredible that we were in Ibiza making this movie with already a hit off the soundtrack, and the movie wasn't even finished yet.
No.
Gosh.
That was
That was mind-boggling, right?
Yeah.
And it helped
Especially-
us with the access too.
yes.
Tina didn't have any scenes here, but she came out. She was doing the makeup.
Mm-hmm. I remember, yeah. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to Ibiza. Do you have like an Ibiza like survival guide or like tips? Because I've only ever seen like just it's I feel like it's one of those things that's indescribable, like going to Sundance or Cannes or whatever. It's like it's a huge experience. Can you talk about Ibiza?
I think that ecstasy is a very big part of Ibiza, and drinking a lot of water. You know, you're kidding. Really, everybody's rolling in Ibiza, and
Everywhere.
yeah, and you're gonna be up all night,
Yes.
right? So you kind of have to let go. That's what you have to do. Is you just let go of time, and you just change. You get off an entirely different, day-night cycle. Yeah, that's kind of really what it's about. And then otherwise, what the people around you will be kind of alien. Once you take ecstasy, then you're going to be just hugging everybody and connecting with everybody despite the language, because it's so international, right? British. I mean, every
A lot of German.
this scene right here, Pete Tong is doing his daily radio show from Ibiza, and so we're shooting behind the glass from the other side while he's doing it. But it was a bit like pulling teeth to get that shot and to get him in the movie, because he was starring in a movie made called All Gone Pete Tong about a deaf DJ named after him. So he was huge at the time, and I think he felt a little funny doing another competing movie. But he was spinning Tina's record when he chose on the BBC Essential Selection, and so.
We lost you, John.
Oh no!
Oh.
John froze again.
Back.
John, if you can hear this, just leave and come back. It usually fixes it.
Now we can see.
Darn.
The juxtaposition of
you're back.
him getting ready for the night and Hound Dog getting ready, and they met once so far, right?
But you can see that they're anxious to see each other again, right? And they're hoping to meet up again tonight.
I definitely think that you feel there's hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Depends.
I love this shot. The colors, the distortions,
The color
fantastic.
is amazing.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
The whole color of the movie is very beautiful.
So, here, like, for example, this is Spancox leading me into Pasha, through the crowds. And it was crazy, because they're real crowds. And this is Pete Tong playing at Pasha. I mean, Pete's a legend, as I'm sure some of our people watching. They go, look at the dancers here. It's so hot. I mean, this is the place to go, Chris. Pasha.
Okay. Now I know where to go.
Stay at the Pasha Hotel, because then you get access to the club without having to line up.
All right.
Michael, have you been to Ibiza? I've never been there.
Not.
Okay. Me too. Now that's Carl Cox there. So you got Carl Cox on there.
Yeah.
Now he was pretty.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No,
I was just going to ask. big DJ at the time.
Yeah, he's a huge DJ and a big champion of this movie. He promoted it throughout Europe, all the different. There's like 5 different versions of this film in Europe with all different soundtracks.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I would imagine that, the soundtrack would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you could release it legally, but you could probably create a playlist on Spotify.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do a DJ Hound Dog playlist of all the film, all the music from the film. And David Baxter, who is a great supporter of independent film, wants to say hi to you.
Hey, David. Wow, how fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, no, David, and I love David Baxter. He is a champion of movies, especially with Legion M, where they're building a movie studio, funded by fans and backing really interesting cult movies and offbeat directors, but with a very good eye for pop culture. So.
Well, here's a beautifully shot scene.
Oh, there you go. This is the
you and Evelyn
shot.
Yeah.
I love that shot.
I still kind of break into a sweat just. All the other scenes is like rampant wild sex, but just a kiss with Evelyn was, the tension.
Your angel.
Yes. The true love, the intellectual, as Efren said earlier. Yeah.
And look at that shot, how romantic.
The balance.
And this is this is just so lovely. And then here, this is at Pasha. I managed to get into the booth long enough to shoot the final scene of the movie. So Hound Dog is actually playing at the biggest club in in the world. And then Elvis is waving goodbye.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
That's a great bookend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Tina on the beach. Yeah. So.
Here we are. Credits roll, everybody. Woo! Bravo.
Yes.
Good job. Good job.
Well, fantastic. Well, this is amazing, Chris, that you actually. Organize this, and we have, again now, because this lives on YouTube, right?
I didn't do anything. You did it all. It's all you.
So this lives on YouTube?
This is on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and all that stuff. It'll be.
So we have Evelyn.
Wow.
But this is, I feel like there's like indie films, and William, we'll talk about your film. It's like I love DVD commentary. It's one of my favorite. I'm addicted. Like to me, DVD commentary was like early podcasting. And how do you learn about independent film? You learn from listening to the people who make independent movies. And the commentary is like taking a class in film. So for you, John, to take the time to talk to us all about the making of this film, this classic indie film, is so much appreciated. And also the story, it's an amazing story of how it got to where it is now, available on Amazon Prime for those that are maybe just joining us or whatnot. But I think it's great. So this is why we're doing this, is to just, shine a light on indie films that people should see and recognize. And secondly, an opportunity for indie filmmakers to, talk about their movies. So Neil says absolutely 100% Chris. So thank you for that. Yes.
Thank you.
So thank you, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thanks, William, Michael, and thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
It's great. I would never have really realized what an opportunity it is to, to actually, to commentate and to remember, the magic of the film and how things came together. And, I think with independent films, because we struggle so much to be able to reach an audience with them, the story behind them, which big films use their PR departments to get the stories out. Mm-hmm. But we do need the stories to actually to ignite interest in the movies. And this is exactly new media to do that. Yeah, thank you, Chris. That's why I love what you do. You always seem to come up with stuff like this, and you bring it to life.
Well, we have to be diligent as indie filmmakers. I kind of feel like we're already like have the deck stacked against us.
Totally.
We have to do whatever we can to support each other. So that's why we do this award show, which we're doing in April.
Okay, April, I'm there.
And we're adding this virtual element that is so cool. I cannot wait to share it with people. It's going to be, it'll be unlike anything. We're doing a live event and we're doing a virtual element so everyone can participate. It's going to be awesome. But John, you've been such a supporter of mine and Film Thread over the years, so I cannot thank you enough. I feel like we're both getting an award right now.
Yeah.
I would like to, yes.
Well,
you want to give the award?
Yes.
It's true. At some point, you do need to give Chris some awards.
Well,
yeah, actually, it's well deserved. How many years have you been in the business supporting independent film,
let's
championing?
not talk about that. But also, just everybody on this watch party has been great. William, Evelyn, like Michael, thank you so much. Like taking the time out, like, and I know it's late on the East Coast. So thank you. And this has been great. Let's do more watch parties. I feel like we can do a lot. Like, it's just a great way to re-experience a film if you've seen it before. I love DVD commentary, so I appreciate you taking the time. So thank you.
What's more fun, I think, than the DVD commentary? This is
way more fun because there's drinking involved.
I need to like.
I'll say about that. But William, yeah, let's come up with a date. Los Angeles. So
okay,
cool. All right,
we'll do it in like a month, a couple weeks.
And even when you come to LA next, I'm going to call Chris and we're going to go to Jumbo's Clown Room.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Yes, we are.
Count me in. I'm in.
I don't care.
And William.
Or mask, whatever. Whatever the rules are, I will follow the rules. But I am living life.
Yeah.
I'm living life. I am not going to let anything stop me. So, okay, I want to get final words from everybody around the horn. Everybody, we'll start with Michael.
Well, I want to say first, thank you, John, for inviting me with this, and it's a pleasure to rewatch this, but with Evelyn and yourself and get insights on it that I think only, empower the movie and empower my experience of it. So, and thank you, Chris. Thank you very much for having me.
Great. All right. William.
Appreciate it. And thanks for bringing the backdrop, because that actually, we got the history of film right there.
It is.
Yeah, I wanted to say the performances were great. We can see where your guys' careers, where they were headed, right? You guys were just youngsters back then, and you can see that you had big acting careers ahead of you. And John, it was amazing that you took a film from a script that took place in one room, and you branched it all the way out eventually to Ibiza with nothing but 10 grand originally, but it kept on rolling as you went on. And that's just, I think that's the way to do it. That's the way to make these independent films sometimes when you only have 10 grand.
I got to interrupt you, William. When William gave me the script for Los Angeles, and I knew he was shooting it with about 10 grand or less, I said, William, this is very ambitious. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, there's like 1,000 locations and hundreds of actors. He's like, what do you? He didn't get it. No. But now he shot his film over 5 years and kept to add locations and yes, this is a great. You know what? We both did that with movies and.
Thank goodness you did it first, so that you had the patience. For when I called you and I say, John, I need you again now because we're going to shoot this scene. And you're like, another scene? Well, we need this scene, John. So thank goodness you had done it before, so you kind of knew what was going on. Yeah. And
I think the message to indie filmmakers out there who are just starting, you can be doing something kind of ambitious, but if it's a labor of love, then you can go beyond your initial shooting schedule, and you can keep going. And I think in a way you've got to have the courage to keep going in order to tell your story correctly. I mean, we actually premiered this movie in 2003 in Oldenburg, at the Oldenburg Film Festival.
Wow.
And then we went back to the drawing board because I was like, they didn't jump out of the seats. I got to do it. I got to do more. And so, hey, if you can do that, and with William, it was like, well, do you quit now and go and make another film and be back at square one, right? Or do you keep working on this? And of course, there will be times where you got to move on. But with William, and I got to tell you, I had no idea that you would pull off what you did. I mean, you went beyond this, way beyond. You went twice as long as this film, and you did it. You did it. And Chris, I so respect the award this for recognizing William's movie, because he really,
again, we're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
I want to also thank you, Chris.
Sorry,
Dahlia Schweitzer, my friend. I also lived right around the corner from Jumbo's. And there's a big story behind that. I lived on Normandy Avenue around the corner, and Jumbo's was my local bar. So, Dahlia, you and I will talk about that next week. So, just want to say hi to her. And Evelyn, I'd like to hear your final thoughts.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, for creating this wonderful platform, this incredible, fantastic space for us as actors and directors and artists, to have the opportunity to interact with the audience and share our experience. It is amazing. We need that. We need that really badly.
Yes. Yeah.
Very important. It's especially today. Thank you very much, and thank you, John, for our friendship. All the love that we had shared all those years, and to be in your movies. And I'm always ready for that.
She's such a trooper. That's what I love about Evelyn. Right now, I mean, she's so magical. She's so charismatic, so beautiful. You would just be so intimidated to ask her to do anything or whatever. But she is always there and steps up, and she's like, that's the heart of an actor. And I'm so just seeing that again. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Wow. Right. I'm so glad this is recorded, Chris. Because
for posterity, it's recorded.
Yeah,
beyond the YouTubes or wherever.
It's like making another movie with England.
Yeah,
yeah.
Almost.
John, you gotta.
Ideas.
Got to do another one. Maybe.
That's definitely.
Maybe William's going to cast her in the next one.
Definitely.
I'm always suggesting Evelyn. So we're gonna do another movie together.
Well, I'm a fan of Evelyn, and I know that John, you're a fantastic actor as well. So I think we have two coming in the near future. So
thank you. I will my dream. Definitely, yes. I really appreciate that you think about that.
You've had a great career.
Thank you.
And John, I think it's fitting. You should take us all out.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna. You know what? To take it out, I want to go back to your original thing at the beginning of the movie. This is a emotional moment for you, and Ruth passed today, and we can never forget the world that we live in, and honor the heroes. So it's always fantastic that we can live and laugh in the middle of all of this craziness that's occurring, and but again, the most important thing with anybody great is this movie has two people that I love very deeply that are not even here today, but at the end of the day, we live to be creative and to make a difference, and ultimately, if people celebrate and remember or impacted by what we did as Ruth has so massively impacted people, That's what it's all about. So it's really not about sadness. It's about celebrating, people's accomplishments and their efforts. So
Yeah.
believe it or not,
Cheers.
Well, cheers. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. This is
Great job.
cheers to everyone, and also to RBG. RBG.
Cheers.
Everybody. Wow.
Wow.
Thank you, everyone. This was a blast. Come back next week. We do watch parties every Friday, and our next watch party is April Wright did a documentary about stunt women.
Oh, wow.
And we are going to have some of the stunt women on. I'm very excited. It's going to be a really fun watch party. But I want to thank you, John Jacobs. It will not be the last time you're at a watch party. Because we have one coming up.
That's right.
You're coming back, John.
Yeah, this
Yes.
is too much fun, right?
We're coming back.
I'll drink more because I can talk less.
Oh, yeah, you don't have to be so coherent on that one.
I
We're
know.
leaving that all to William. That's William's job.
Yeah, maybe I'll grow my moustache just for the watch party.
I love it. I love that idea.
Thank you, William.
Try to bring
it.
Yes.
And nice to see you.
Oh, thank you. We'll be working together soon. Okay.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you.
right. Take care, everybody.
Okay.
Later.
Okay.
And
Bye.
thanks everybody who's
Take
watching
care.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
Thank you. Cheers.